Hey you guys, welcome back to Angel Angela, and on this topic I wanted to talk to you guys about the narcissist get back. The narcissist get back, I think we kind of know what that means, right? The narcissist getting you back. You're like, for what? What is this person getting me back for? What did I do? What did I do? What did I do to deserve this? The narcissist get back, you guys, is very crucial, especially when they're getting you back for things that you're not even aware of. So when you come into consciousness, a narcissist feels like they're doing you a favor, right? Because they're giving you information, but then they're giving you the short end of the stick because at the same time, they're going to get you back. So they feel like, do something for me, I'll do something for you. If I give you any type of information that can help you spot people like me, I also have to do something to you to throw you off until you finally, realize that wrong is wrong and good is good. And I'm not just seeing anything and seeing stuff. This is really happening. When someone tells you who they are, you actually believe it now. When someone tells you something, hateful in the midst of anger, they're not just saying it just to say it. They feel it in their heart and their soul and their spirit. When the narcissist tells you stuff, you don't want to believe it. Then when you bring it up to their attention, hey, you said you did this. Hey, you did that. I confirmed it. They'll gaslight you. No, I didn't. I only said that to make you mad. I don't remember saying that. If I said it, forgive me. The nice narcissist has to tell you, if I did do that, forgive me. But they don't really care about apologizing to you. They just want you to stop talking at this point, right? Then you have, those narcissists who are very, very petty. You do something maybe that you don't even mean to do. You weren't even aware of what you were doing, and they take it to another level where, they're getting you kicked out of school. They know certain people. They'll start crying. They'll make up lies, and they just don't care how it affects you because in their world, they're the victim and you should have never said anything to them, right? And sometimes this person might not be a narcissist. This could be someone who is either overly spoiled or who is being abused. And because they never got to tell their abuser how they felt, or they're incapable of defending themselves in certain circumstances, they take it out on you because they thought you were weak, right? So when this happens, these people will try to get you back for making them feel bad, and they'll take it to another level. A lot of times you'll ignore it, but if you don't ignore it, you guys, the narcissist will continuously try to get you back, and eventually it just becomes a game where it becomes fun to watch you upset or in anger, because it gives them a story to tell to others. And they have a very good concept of that. They actually are aware that their stories that they bring up to others fascinates people. It makes them want to be around them because they always have something to tell, and they're very, very well aware of that. Another thing that narcissists do when they're trying to get you back is that if their friends suggest something, if their friends have a story to tell, they'll mimic the things that their friends or the problems of others, and they'll recreate it with you. The narcissist get back, there's different levels to it. So if a narcissist on a lower grade is around someone that they admire that's a narcissist, and a lot of times they want that person's place, they want to replace that person, they will mimic the things that person does. Or if that person tells them a story, they'll mimic what that person did because they look up to that person. If they see something in a movie or they see something in a music video, they're going to mimic it. They're going to, there's a lot of fake everywhere. As I've told you guys, 2018, 2020, everyone's going to know about narcissism. No one is going to be dumb to the fact that someone is a narcissist. No one is going to be, dumb when it comes to these characteristics. But what do you do when you're living in a world that is forcing you to be narcissistic, but you don't want to be narcissistic? You don't want to play the game. But even when you think you're not playing it, the game is still being played, So it's not about knowing the characteristics, because you're going to see them everywhere. But it's about knowing if that's a true narcissist or someone who is fighting off narcissists every day, and they have to remain strong, not just for themselves, but for the people they love the most. Because it's not just about that person. That person has realized as an empath that they have a higher calling. You're here for a reason. Even if you have 2-3 people to take care of, you're here for a reason. Your journey is not done. Your mission is not done. Your mission isn't completed. It was forced. The narcissist was forced out of your life. These people were forced out of your life. They reappear through seasons. So they're never really gone. And even when they're gone, their spirit lives on through other people. So, when you're dealing with narcissists who play the get back game, they're always in their brain thinking of getting you back. When you have became an old supply, the moment the narcissist discards you the first time, it's over. It's over. Because when the narcissist gets back with you, they feel like they just played the get back game. I took it away, I gave it back. They feel like they've been getting you from the start. The first moment they got you back, the first moment they had you apologizing and crying and grieving and trying to fix the situation or kiss up to them, they feel like they played the get back game at you. So in order to understand the narcissist get back game, from what I've realized, because you think you know everything, right? You think you know all these dirty, low down qualities about the narcissist. And then you run across someone who does everything perfect. And you wouldn't suspect them of being the narcissist, because you're like, this person has been a good friend for a year. They've never done anything. They've proved themselves. That's the whole purpose of the narcissist proving themselves. It's because they're going to get you back later. Anything they've ever done for you, their friendship, anything, just being around them, they're thinking of getting you back. And when the narcissist basically dragged me through hell, and I happened to find myself deep in the pits of hell, right? I could have went deeper, but I knew my limit. I said, nope, if I go deeper, I might never come back, But what I realized is that the narcissist on the lower level, I studied them. And I feel like I was there for a reason. I feel like nothing happens without a reason, because I've studied higher grade narcissists my whole life. So when you end up there, you realize it's a whole nother game. The game is harder. It's harder to get out that game. It becomes more challenging. So the narcissist revolves around your world playing the takeaway game. In and out, coming back when they want. Things get worse for you, and you could tell yourself things are so bad right now, but they can get worse, and you know that. And your perception of worse has no words for how worse it actually can get with the narcissist takeaway game. Because at some point you have to realize what's happening. And a lot of times it's innocent. You don't even know what's happening, right? You just know you're sinking lower and lower. And by the time you're sinking and you're reaching your hand out, the narcissist looks at you, but they're not coming to help. They're even laughing at you. And you're like, you can't be this evil. Come on, there's room for two. And they don't care. They feel like, I just took your boat. You should have never saved me. I was drowning. You don't know what it was like being in that ocean drowning. And I'll be damned if you push me off this boat if we get into an argument. I'll be damned if you end up eating me. I'll be damned if you use me as bait when an animal comes and attacks. So they take what they can and they play the takeaway game. See, on the lower level, the narcissist could do something to you, right? They can come into your yard, steal your bike. You find out who steals your bike. You go and get them. And now you think, if I get my bike back, the war is over, right? Or you think to yourself, I'm going to go up here and I'm going to mess this person up. I'm going to beat them up. And I'm taking my bike. How dare they, right? The narcissist is thinking about the get back game. The narcissist on a lower level than that will come into your house, take a shower, take money, food, whatever they need to take. And to them, it's like, I'm just doing the takeaway game simply because you have more than me. And you shouldn't care. You shouldn't try to come back and get me because I'm on the lowest level there is. So if you try to hurt me, I'm going to end up hurting you. This is why it's dangerous. You're thinking someone's in my house and you do something to this person. If that person walks out alive, they might come back. They're like a thief. I'll come over here and steal something. You catch me, I'm going to come back. If I tell you, hey, I remember you, I'm going to gaslight you. I'm going to deny. I'm going to say, that wasn't me. That must have been someone that looks like me. And then I'm going to, commit the same crime all over again. Because there's no empathy there. They're just surviving. And when it comes to, a higher narcissist than that, when it comes to the takeaway game, see, the other ones, they feel like, hey, I don't have anything. Everything's been taken from me. I'm a scavenger out here. I'm going to take whatever I can, right? Then you get to the narcissist that's like, when they've wronged you, they know I wronged this person. I can't come back here. Something bad can happen. But I did what I did. There's a little bit more consciousness there where they're not just trying to die. Like, they're still fighting their way up. They're still like, if I just get the opportunity, I'm taking it. And, that person's not trustworthy. They're not someone that you'll have around and you'll think to yourself, oh, well, if I help this person, they're not going to do anything to me. They're going to appreciate that I'm doing something nice for them. This person's going to feel like you want something from them. That person's going to feel like you're not really a nice person. That person, oh, you want something from me. Oh, you're not going to get anything from me. Watch when I get what I want. I'm going to get more out of you. And they're looking at you like you're some type of fool. And you're really helping this person out. That's what a narcissist is on a low level. Because there's people that are really out here that would appreciate that because they're empaths. But a narcissist, they pretend like they're grateful. And they'll quickly talk behind your back. Oh, I told her I wanted some food. She gave, I'm going to go do this with it now. And then they're talking bad about you. They're talking about you like they're not in a worse position. Because in their mind, they feel superior to you because they feel like, I'm a narcissist. You don't know me. I'm dirty right now, but watch when I get up. Watch when I'm out of this situation. And they can get older and older and still have that mindset. This is why people tell you narcissists don't change, right? They're too deep into themselves that even when they're with someone else, even if this person was giving them everything, that narcissist will start to behave on a low level. They're jealous now. They're mad that the attention's on you. They're mad that they feel inferior to you. Now they're taking their affection away. They're like, if this person has everything and they're happy, they're going to move on to someone else. So I have to start devaluing them, or I have to start making them feel like I could be with someone exactly like them, someone better, So the narcissist takeaway game will always be involved when you're dealing with these people. It's always going to be a takeaway game. Most of them want to exchange, and then once you start giving more, they'll just exploit that. They'll act like I'm giving when they're love bombing. Then it's an even exchange for a while. Maybe you're like, oh, this person's always doing something. It's time for me to start giving. The moment you start thinking about giving and being nice, they're already thinking of taking away. They're like, oh, okay, you just bought me this. Oh, okay, I'm going to have to start compensating for all. They feel like the moment you give to them, they feel like I'm in there. I got this. I got you hooked. This is why if you let these people stay in your house, they're quickly moving into your house. They're taking showers. They're going through your fridge. They don't care that you got children. They're looking at you like, oh, I'll pay you back. Oh, I'll buy groceries. I'll make you a 5-star dinner. And you're so busy thinking about that little funky dinner they're getting you, because in a way you feel like you're compensating because you're not cooking. That now, for some reason, you feel like you should be nice to them because they cooked for you. And the moment you think to yourself to do something nice for these people, that's when they're like, okay, I got you. You care about me. You just made an investment you just bid on me. And I'm not even worth it. I'm like a salesman trying to sell you an old stinky shoe that has no value, but I'm trying to make it seem like it has some value, and you just put the bid in. Now it's the takeaway game. Now it's time for you to pay up everything I've spent on you, because you were just an investment, So even if they were to get with someone who's exactly like them, that person will start to start to do the takeaway game too. And then, they'll go back and forth until it becomes pettier and pettier to the point that they hate each other. And now they're using other supplies, Oh, I'm going to just take away the relationship and make my secondary supply primary now. The takeaway game again, And it just continues. There's always going to be the takeaway game. And these might be things that no matter how perfect you are, no matter how good you are, the moment that the narcissist feels belittled, the moment that you have a petty argument, they're thinking of things to take away from you, stealing your joy, your energy for the day, sleep depriving you, doing something sneaky behind your back, stealing from you, hiding your things. They'll do anything when you've done something that they feel was wrong, and you might have not even known it was wrong. Sometimes you're not expecting anything out of these people, but they've already thought about things, and the past is still haunting them. So the past will haunt them, and then they will haunt you by playing the takeaway game, because they know why you're getting bad karma. They know why that energy is after you, because of them. But they would rather sacrifice you, right along with them. They rather, they feel like I'd rather, pull you down with me. until things get worse or until they find a new source of supply. And then when they do, it's the takeaway game again. It's the I got over on you again. A lot of times the narcissist can be honest with you about a lot of things, but they leave out important things that you must know in order to move forward from the past. And because they do not want to move forward with you, they want to keep people in a circle, or because they don't want to be truthful, the get back games, happens to get you instead of them. And, instead of them helping you out of the situation, they'll sacrifice you by making it worse. So this is the thing about the takeaway game. You can be on board with who the narcissist is, with their past, whatever comes with it, right? And everything can seem good for a while. But the moment that it starts to affect you, that means that you have to back away, because there's things that are happening that person isn't keeping up with you about anymore. So they could have told you the truth, but now the past comes to haunt them. And instead of them telling you what's going on right now so that you can keep moving forward, they'll go back to the past behind your back, and then they'll drown you, by pulling you into their world. The narcissist will then not care about pulling you into their world, because they feel like it's the takeaway game. It's going to get you. It's going to get me. And if it doesn't get you, it's going to get me. And I can't fathom the thought of you moving forward, even if you end up in the same situation as them and they feel like, let me not talk to you because I'm in a competition with you. They really feel like in the takeaway game, they're getting off on the fantasy that you're dealing with things on your own. You could have been talking to the narcissist brother, right? You're not thinking anything. You have conversation to give, especially when someone is offering you conversation. Or you'll include yourself because you're there, right? You're not a shy person. You're not just going to stare at everyone and just look down and look shy or look angry, right? You're full of good energy to give the world. You're an empath, right? The narcissist does not want you to show people that you're an empath, because then those people will start to see that they're exploiting you in some way. The narcissist doesn't want people to know that you have a good heart, because they're already making a perception of you that's wrong. Why? Because they're playing the takeaway game with someone else. And you had nothing to do with it. So the narcissist deceives you at first sight when they bring you around people, when they're trying to make people perceive you as someone that you're not, someone that's obsessed with them or something. When you didn't even probably wanted to talk to this person, but they were hoping you pick them. They were desperate. So the narcissist, you guys, will always play the takeaway game. You talk to someone that I was talking to, you put the attention on you, or my friends are staring at you. Anything that is going on that, attention is brought upon you, the narcissist, behind closed doors or in front of people, will embarrass you. They'll take away the way people see you. They'll make sure that they imprint you getting disrespected, crying. This is someone that, you could be having a good day, positive day, but if things aren't going right with them, they're like, I'm taking that away. They're the type of people, if they're not feeling good, no one's going to feel good. Not even their own children. So, I just wanted to come on here, you guys, and just talk to you guys about, the takeaway game. Narcissists, sometimes they'll do it to get, when they're getting new supplies. Sometimes they'll just do it for fun, just so that they can, look at their friends or family and say, look at this person calling me so many times like a maniac. when they've done that to you to begin with. They started behaving that way. And that's why the moment that, they take their love away, now it's like they showed you how you should behave. It's like they're showing you toxic characteristics, but then they're not letting other people see them behave that way. They'll only let people see you, act out of character. And this is why, when the narcissist is playing the takeout game, you have to really think things through, because most of the time they want you to flip out, especially if you have more to lose than they do. So you have to pay attention to someone's life. You might think to yourself, oh, I went through the same thing. I went through that too. My family was on drugs too. I went through this. I went through that type of abuse. You have to pay attention to their past and how they talk about their past and how they're not at peace with their past. You have to pay attention to, if they can relate to other people who have hurt them, because a lot of us, we don't go back and forth. A lot of times when we finally heal, we'll think to ourselves, I understand why that person might be acting like that. They're going through a lot. It still doesn't justify what they did, but, I know why they did what they did. And when they realize why they did what they did, maybe they'll apologize to me, and maybe they won't apologize to me. But if I see them around, there's no bad blood, right? The narcissist doesn't think like that. They're like, the takeaway game, if I run across you, it's for a reason. It's to take from you. This is why it's dangerous reuniting with narcissists from your past, that you have good memories of them, but you don't know who they are now. Because they'll come into your life being really nice, and they're only thinking of taking away. They might love bomb you for a little bit, but a lot of times when they're trying to con you really fast, they won't even last 6 months. And they're going to show you who they really are. Trust me. Give that person 6 months. I bet you they'll make it to month 2 or 3 or 3 months, right? Because if you ask a narcissist how long you've been with this person, when they act like they're so in love, and they go from person to person, 3 months, and they think it's a long time. But they know they have primary sources of supply, and they're just exposing their new supply. That's why it doesn't mean anything to them, To them, in their eyes, it's a long time, because they're like, why hasn't this person realized what I am? I'm playing the takeaway game. Because if I'm not taking from you, the universe is taking from you, and I'm just hopping along for the ride. I'm just hopping along, because it could be worse for me, but I'm not going to let you know that. So, just something to think about, you guys. I'm sending you guys lots of love, light, peace, and your healing. If you guys want to book a session with me, my booking information will be on the description. As always, give me 24 hours to respond to you. And if you guys are new to this channel, don't forget to subscribe, like, share, and comment. And I'll talk to you guys on the next one. Love you guys. Bye.